And we are back with my special guest, Sean V. Bradley, CSP, Certified Speaking Professional, part of the National Speakers Association. And Sean V. Bradley has a new book called Googleopoly. He has broken down how he built his multi-million-dollar company with using Google. And you've got a background with Franklin Covey, and you've learned some things in success about that. Tell us about that.
Oh yes, it's been one of my privileges to have become a certified facilitator in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. To me, proactive is 2 definitions. First and foremost is obviously take initiative, don't be lethargic, and that's great. But another part of it is having a proactive mindset. And Covey talks about circle of influence versus circle of concern. This was a paradigm shifter for me. And what I interpret this as is that simply this is that there's 2 ways that you could think of anything, whether it's traffic, a travesty, a situation. If you cannot change it, I don't recommend stressing about it. What you would be able to do to be more productive is focus on the things you could change, which are your attitudes, thoughts, actions, and behaviors. Productive people, successful people, focus on what they can influence and change. So that was a key lesson early in my career.
To be clear, it doesn't matter what industry you are. It doesn't matter if you're a sole proprietor, small business, corporation, doctor, lawyer, psychologist, dentist, chiropractor, singer, musician, speaker, entrepreneur, salesperson, a preacher, whatever. Everyone needs visibility. Bam. And everyone needs an audience. Bam. Come on, somebody. Tell me what you're saying there.
Unless you're David Copperfield, being invisible is not a good thing.
That's right. That's exactly right. Unless you're David Copperfield, being invisible is not a good thing. So how do you become visible? Well, you learn how to win with Googleopoly. Google is the big gorilla in the room. Everybody nowadays, when they need to find something, they go on Google. And so if your business is not SEO, which you wrote in here, search engine optimized, that you come up on that first page, you're in trouble.
See, there's Bing, there's Yahoo, there's AOL, there's Ask Jeeves, but not any of them combined have the power market share of Google. So I want everybody to know that you need to focus on Google, what Google wants. In addition to that, if you do give Google what Google wants, it will placate all the other engines anyway. So now, videos, online reputation, social media, pictures, press releases, these are all things that could get indexed. So now when we go to chapter 3, here's the synopsis of Googleopoly. I use the monopoly analogy. What you need, in my opinion, is as much monopoly real estate as possible. The more monopoly real estate you have, the more people will land on you faster, the more rents you get to acquire, and the faster you get to bankrupt somebody, jump up and get some bragging rights. So in my core business, which is automotive, it's so advanced what you could do. It's something called video search engine optimization. If you typed into Google right now, 2014 Toyota Sienna NJ, which is a righteous search, that's a geo-targeted search. What you would find first and second position natural Google is not the Toyota dealership, not the Toyota Sienna, it's actually our Honda salesperson, a Honda client. That's how advanced this is that you could manipulate Google in a positive way that not only can you show up for your core searches, but even when your competitors are searched, you could show up. So videos are Google real estate. Anything that could be an image that gets optimized. Focus sites, microsites, press releases, anything that you could show up on the first page of Google, social media, Facebook, Twitter. Another statistic is this. Only 5% of people go past the first page of Google. So if you're not on the first page of Google, you are invisible. So the rules of engagement, metaphorically speaking, the holy grail of Google is to try to get to the top 10 listings. The more individual indexes you have, the less advertisements that are there, the less your competitors show up, the less third parties do. So the goal is to show up numerous times on the first page of Google.
That's Googleopoly, and that's how you do it. Folks, did y'all get that? And if you're going to be the big dog in your industry, whatever it is, you want to be visible and you want to make money. What's your website? Where people go if they want to find out more about you? They want to hire you to come in and speak for their team. Tell them about that.
My core business is dealersynergy.com or my cell phone number. Willie, I actually give my cell phone out to the public.
Do you really? Yes. You might not want to do that on this show. We got millions of listeners.
It's okay. It's okay. I got voicemail.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. It's 267-319-6776.
Piece in here about investment and where you put your money. If you're a small business person, an entrepreneur, where do you put your money online? He said, it makes logical sense to first invest your time, energy, and or money into the opportunities that have its biggest reach and the longest residual value. You told me on the way here, you did about 25 videos in the last week.
Yes.
I mean, you put them up on Google.
Yes.
And you got a VT. Let's go.
So I have a complete video-on-demand training, tracking, testing, certification platform for entrepreneurs, business owners to be successful, especially dominating internet sales and digital marketing.
Wow.
I own 9 companies. All my business comes to me because of Googleopoly. Let me explain. I believe in something called content marketing. I have 7,500 videos published right now with millions of views on YouTube. So I create information videos for free, little nuggets. And what happens, people start to nibble on the content. I've worked obviously with publicly traded companies and billion-dollar companies, but sometimes people that are trying to start their own business, they're entrepreneurs, they don't have the access and resources that a Fortune 100, Fortune 500 company has. That's why I wrote this book. This book is for lawyers, doctors. These are people, anybody that wants visibility to sell a product or service, or even recording artists. Comedians. And we took an unknown recording artist, and within 3 years, she received over 60 million views. She's performed in front of over, 14 million people on Sirius Satellite on Shade 45. And we've also had her on CBS Talk Philly in front of 1 million people. She has like 9 major music videos. So again, we took a beautiful, talented recording artist, but we gotta agree here that beauty, talent does not equal superstardom. You have to have a platform. So we took the synergy of what she was good at, singing and her beauty, with the Googleopoly strategy.
Took the Googleopoly concept, used that to replace the record company
Completely.
and make this a successful venture. Sean V. Bradley, you have built this company by sweat. Putting time in. You're not, like just letting Google do the work. You're not just saying, okay, I know this stuff, so I just do it. You're out here hustling. That's the mindset I love about you, man. It's just that you're not taking this thing for granted.
Things have to be created twice. First mentally and then physically.
Right.
You have to begin with the end result in mind. Because if you could picture it, if you could visualize it, you have a better chance of it materializing. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to anybody. Follow your heart and follow your dreams. Again, if you believe, you can achieve. Someone great I knew says that.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Willie Jolley.
Well, thank you for being on. And finally, I want you to go to Googleopolybook.com. And finally, again, I want to thank Steve Robinson and the folks here, who are my producer. And remember that all things are possible if you can just believe that this is going to be a great year because you choose to make it a great year. I will look to talk to you next week. Got a great guest for you next week. And so don't forget, without a question in your mind, that your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. God bless you. Have a great week.